up, guys? J&J Picks back again with another video. Tonight we're going to be covering Thursday night. We finally had a great Thursday night game, and we're going to be covering Sunday slate and our picks. It's Jesse and RJ. Archer, what you got for us?
What's up, everybody? It is RJ and Jesse back with another video for you guys this week. Like Jesse said, we had a great Thursday night football game and we had some hits. We made some money. If you guys were following along with us, you made some money with us. If you watched the video, because we posted our picks here on YouTube and we also have them on TikTok, make sure you guys go over to the TikTok page, like, follow, because over there you guys get to see our faces. And speaking of us making some money, we're going to be doing something a little bit different this week. Normally on Sunday, we don't touch the out of country super early game because there's a lot of variables. You don't know how people are going to play, jet lag, and where they happen to be. So normally we don't mess with it, but this week I think me and Jesse both have a bet for the super early Sunday game. But before we give you that play, Jesse, go ahead and tell them how stoked you were about the two bets that you had that hit for Thursday night football.
So, like I said in last video, I did take it relatively safe just because of the fact that, well, I wanted to make money, and that's exactly what we did. We went out there, we we hit by the start of the fourth quarter. That's we had money in our sports book by the start of the fourth quarter. So if you guys recall, I had DK for 50 plus receptions, 50 plus receiving yards. Then I had Aaron Rodgers to go over 150 pass yards. I had DK to get 3 plus receptions, and then I also had Jalen Warren to go for 40 rush yards, and that automatically hit. It's actually kind of funny. DK hit for 50 receiving yards on the dot and had three receiving or receptions on the dot. So that one was cutting it close, but we did hit it. And then for the other bet, I had DK to go over 40 receiving yards. That hit. Aaron Rodgers to go over 175 pass yards. Joe Flacco to do the same thing. Jamar Chase to go over 40 receiving yards, and Jalen Warren to go over 30 rush yards. Really simple, straight to the core bet. Didn't want to spend too much money. Didn't want to lose any money, and I played it really safe. Made good money. We're gonna take that money, go into Sunday slates with that. Oh, RJ, what did you have that hit this Thursday night?
So I actually had a no sweat bet token. So if you're on the sports books, you know what that means. If you're not on the sports book, essentially what it means is certain sports books will give you a no sweat. And what that means is you can put up to a predetermined amount of money and a certain criteria you have to meet. Mine for this week was a minimum of 4 legs, and the final odds for the bet had to be a minimum of plus 400. So, and my max bet was $10. So I took Jamar Chase for 50 receiving yards, DK Metcalf for 40 receiving yards. I actually had Chase Brown. I don't think I had this on the TikTok or the YouTube because I forgot to add it on the PowerPoint. But I also had Chase Brown for 40 yards. I had Warren for 40 yards and Joe Flacco at 175. Total odds for the bet was plus 446, and I turned $10 into $54. So that hit. That was a big hit for the night. Super excited about that. And something I've been recently doing, it hasn't been as popular with you guys on the shorts or on the TikTok, so I might just start adding it as a live part of the video because because this is a AI bet, I'm using an AI model just to get like a small little easy game pick. The AI model this week predicted the Bengals to cover the spread at plus 8.5, or they could lose by 8 points and you would still win this leg. And for the total points of the game to be over 36.5, I had it on the YouTube Shorts and TikTok, but not a lot of love was shown. However, that bet actually did end up hitting, and it was a plus $100 or a plus 100 odds bet. So $5 made $10. So if you guys saw that
Yeah.
and you tailed it, it hit. Big bet hit. Me and Jesse just had a fantastic Thursday. We're gonna ride this high and try and make some money off this super early Sunday bet or Sunday game. Jesse, what do you have for the early Sunday game?
So for the 9:30 a.m. game, I've got Matthew Stafford to go over 175 pass yards. I've got Trevor Lawrence to go over 175 pass yards as well. I've got Kyron Williams to go over 40 rush yards, and Devontae Adams to catch three balls, at least three balls. That's what I want. It's going to be it's, again, easy, safe bet for that. We're aiming to make money off of that bet. That that's what we're trying to do right there. Um, really should hit. I don't see any problems with that not hitting. RJ, what you got for that bet for
So,
that 9:30 a.m. game?
so I think what I'm going to look at is I'm going to lean more towards the AI model for this one because it's a weird game for me to bet because I like the the matchup because we have it's the what Rams and the Jags. Let me see. Yeah,
Uh,
it's Rams and Jags.
yes, Rams and Jags. Yes, yes, sir.
So AI model, from what I can tell, me and you were talking about this earlier. It really likes the Jaguars on the spread, but it's moving the spread just a little bit to give some juice to the Jaguars. So I'm going to take the Jags at 6.5 on the spread, and they really like a Kyron Williams anytime touchdown. That's at like 70% as of right now, and they're also looking at a let me see. They're looking at a Matthew Stafford for 175 pass yards. So little three leg. It I haven't put it in the sports book, so I can't give you final odds, but based on the numbers that I'm looking at right now, I like it. And that's probably what I'm going to lean towards taking for the early Sunday game. So we'll see how that turns out. And you guys can follow along with us and see if that AI bet is going to hit. Because so far, the last two times I've taken the AI model, it has hit. So let's try and go 3 for 3. But Jesse, I know you have a monster money line play, and then you have a big money line play that you want to tell everybody about. I know you were super excited about this one.
So, I've got a big money line. I'm predicting all of the games from the 9:30 a.m. game down to the last 4 o'clock game. So I've got the Rams, I've got the Patriots, I've got the Panthers, I've got the Bears, I've got the Chiefs, I've got the Dolphins, I've got the Colts, I've got the Packers and the Cowboys to take all wins this Sunday slate. Um, I'm putting money on that. I think it's going to hit. I think it's going to do well. And then for just because I can, I've put money on the Patriots, Bears, and Chiefs. I put $25 on them just to win. Hopefully, it's just a quick, easy bet that'll just hit automatically. I've been hitting with this how do you say that? I've been hitting these small money lines almost every week, and it's pretty consistent. I think I'm just gonna stick to it. I've hit the small money lines. So I'm thinking I can hit if I put $25 on it, it's gonna be the same thing.
100%. I think your small money line hit percentage is like, I think you're 3 for 4. I think you had one upset happen early in the season that we both weren't expecting, and I think you missed a small money line early on. But I think you're like 3 for 4 or 4 for 5. So yeah, I would say your small money line bets are very high likely to hit. And with you putting $25 on it, I can. Matter of fact, I've got the sports book pulled up real fast. Everybody listening, you're going to hear this in live, real time as I check these numbers. So if we take where are we at? If we take the Patriots and the Bears, and this is the small money line, and let's find the Chiefs. Where are the Chiefs? They are right here. So that's plus 112. If you put $25 on it, you win 28 for a total of it'd be $53 payday on three teams to win outright with a $25 wager. Not a bad payday for three teams to bring home the dub.
And that's just pretty much like like it's just safe teams to win. It's just doubling your money. That's really what it is. It's just doubling your money.
Which is a safe way to bet. Everyone listening, we do get crazy sometimes. We do have these as Jesse makes the monster money parlays where you got 20 legs. Those are fun. Don't put $25 on that. Put 50 cents. Put a dollar. Put something that if you lost it, it's not going to matter. Because, we know that there are people who have issues with gambling. If you have an issue with gambling, call the 1-800 number. You know, take care of yourself. Don't go hungry trying to hit a parlay. These are for fun. If we make money, that's fantastic, which currently we both are profitable as of last night or as of Thursday night. But guys, just play in moderation. Don't bet more than what you have, because if you keep doing what we're doing, we're shooting for plus 100, plus 200, maybe plus 300, and then we have the fun bets that might be plus 85,000. It's just fun. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe in the future, when we have a big enough community on here that we're professionally sports betting and we're betting $1,000 a bet, maybe that'll come into play later. But play it safe. We try to do as much research as we can to give you safe picks, so that way if you put $5 on it, you win 10. If you put, $10 on it, you might win 20 or 30. It's something to give you a little extra money throughout the week to have some fun with, or maybe pay a bill off, put some gas in your car. We're here looking out for you guys. But with that being said, what I'm going to take for my game picks, I'm going to take the Patriots to win. I also like them in this matchup. I'm going to take the Vikings on the spread, but I'm going to give them a little bit more juice. I'm going to give them 6.5 just to be safe. And I'm also going to take the Chargers at 6.5 because from what we've seen against this Eagles team losing to the Giants, granted, I know Jackson Dart and the Scatterboo duo is the second coming of Tom Brady and Gronkowski.
No, dude, you're so high on them, and I'm not.
I'm not. I'm repeating stuff from I've seen online. The people in the comments and that are listening will know, and they'll be on my side because everything
Whatever you say.
everything on NFL right now is all about Jackson Dart and Scatterboo. I mean, they had one good game or one really good game, and they beat the Eagles, so everybody's high on them. Praise is everywhere, so I'm following along with it, but not in a sense that I'm going to put a whole bunch of money on them. But if Jackson Dart and Scatterboo can beat them, I think the Vikings can get at least within 6 of them.
I could see that, yeah.
And then we've got the Chargers and Colts. The Colts have been playing amazing, and the Chargers are beat up, but I'm hoping at least the Chargers can keep it close. And I'm doing this for an odds reason. You get a little bit better odds on the spread than you do money lines. Granted, the Chargers are the underdog, so if you were to take them outright to win, that
Really?
yeah, the Colts are the favorites. I think. Let me double check, make sure I'm not lying to you, but I'm pretty sure Colts are the favorites. Actually, no. I'm incorrect. The Colts are the underdogs this week. That's crazy.
Wow. I figured they were gonna go with the Chargers being what's it called? Just the favorites. I figured, yeah.
I didn't expect that with the way the Colts have been playing, man. That's crazy, especially with the Chargers injuries. They still don't have Omarion Hampton, do they?
No, he's out. He's still out.
Yeah, he's still out, and they've got. Don't they have another big injury, or someone who's just not playing right now? Or am I thinking of another team?
You might be thinking about another team. Yeah, I think you are.
I probably am thinking of another team. I know Omarion Hampton was a big loss, but this might be a trap set by the sports book. Because okay, in your opinion, who do you think is the better team currently as of coming up this weekend? Chargers or Colts?
The Colts. Colts, dude. The Colts.
That's what I'm saying.
Wild to say. It's wild to say. I honestly take it. Take the Colts. They might be the underdogs, but dude, they're playing out of their minds. Take the Colts.
And I get it. I know the Chargers need a bounce back game, and they're playing at home, so cool. I get you want to favorite them at home, but I don't know. This Colts team has just been on it recently. I don't know what's going on. They're on those smelling
Tyler,
salts hard.
yeah, Tyler Warren had a great game last week. Daniel Jones playing out of his mind. Daniel Jones threw his first pick of the season last week, actually, and
Yeah.
it technically wasn't even his fault.
Yeah,
So if that tells you anything, that this team is playing out of their mind. They like keeping the ball. They're just not doing a whole lot to try to do all of that. They're winning games.
they're not
That
creating
and
opportunity for the whoever they're playing to upset them.
yeah, they're doing really good.
That's
Well,
shocking to me. But with that being said, let's roll over to 1 p.m. I know you've got you a nice hefty parlay for 1 o'clock.
so I've got a 5 leg parlay when it comes to 1 o'clock, but it's all pretty safe stuff. It is Drake May to go over 200 pass yards. I've got Jalen Waddle to go over 50 receiving yards. Saquon Barkley to go over 40 rush yards. Uh, Ashton Genty to go for 60 total yards, 60 or more. And then I've got Patrick Mahomes to go over 20 rush yards. A lot of people are like, I don't know about that. But, dude, he's been like their running back the entire time. So just trust when it comes to that. He's been running the ball a lot
Yeah,
when
he's
it
been
comes to
averaging just as much rushing yards or slightly under or equal to their running backs. Or am I wrong? Pachenko and Hunt, right?
yeah, he's been I think more, honestly.
God, it's like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is runs more than their running back, other than Derrick Henry. Well, at this point, he's probably running more than Derrick Henry. He's running more than Derrick Henry while he's injured. Sorry, hot
Derrick
take.
Henry had a good game last week.
I had to rant. Yeah, they had a
He had a good game last week.
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, he
Derrick
finally
Henry as a player.
okay,
Derrick Henry as a player had a good game.
okay. I changed.
He
Yeah,
he rushed for over 100 yards. I think he had like 100 over 120.
about time, dude. Derrick Henry has not been playing like Derrick Henry lately.
You're telling me, man. I had him on fantasy. I just traded him.
I know you're welcome.
No, I traded him in my money league.
Oh, I was about to
My
say,
other league.
about to say in our league, you got him from me. I didn't want him anymore. I was like, dude, I've watched him do nothing. He's been taking Sunday strolls for the last 4 weeks that I've had him starting, and it's just I got to get rid of him, dude.
I get it, man. I get it. You're desperate. You're 0-6.
I know 0-6, man. I need a win. Hey, speaking of that Jamar Chase performance last night hopefully will give me the win tonight. He put up almost 40 points by himself in fantasy.
Put up 31.9, I think.
It's either 31.9 or 39.1. I have dyslexia
I think it
sometimes.
was I think it was 31.9.
Oh, yeah, it's massive. Let me double check. I'll pull it up
Oh
real
yeah.
quick. 38.1.
Oh, 38.1. Okay, my fault.
38.1. Yeah.
What did you have for 1 o'clock? What did you
All
have
right.
for 1 o'clock bets?
1 o'clock. Mine is a lot. Well, it's smaller than Jesse's. Jesse's is very safe. I'm also going to play it a little safe. The only slightly that might be a little off bet for me on my 3 leg is I've got Devon Achane for an anytime touchdown, but I still like him to get in the end zone. I feel like he's going to be one of the best ones to get the touchdown. So it's iffy on whether he actually gets there or not for me, but that is a leg that
I
I'm
think
rolling.
I think it's guaranteed pretty much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I'm with that, but I mean, it's sometimes it's hard picking touchdowns. We think that they're going to go Achane, and then next thing you
Yeah,
know, they're hitting wide receiver 3 for some reason.
you're not wrong there, but I think it's like pretty much a guarantee for him to get a touchdown.
I hope so. I mean, if he does, that works in my favor. And then I also have Drake May going over 200. I see that happening for sure. And then for Patrick Mahomes, I did not go with the rush. I'm going for his pass. The offense is starting to heat up a little bit. They're getting into a better rhythm. And don't they have Rice back this week?
Yes, they have Rashi Weiss is coming back from the suspension. I suspect a big game from him, but like I said, the Chiefs wide receivers are so hard to predict because they're just always it's always somebody new. It's never somebody consistent. And Rashi Rice has been the consistent one, but he just hasn't played in
Yeah,
the 2025 season. So you can't really just put all your chips into that
which is
this first game.
my approach for this game is because sometimes I take Worthy, sometimes I take Kelsey because they just have, like you said, there's so many options and it's almost impossible to pick who's going to be the hot target for the week. So to eliminate that, I'm going to the source of where the targets are going to come from. So even though I foresee Patrick Mahomes probably rushing at least 30 yards in this game, now that they have Rice back, Worthy's back, they got Kelsey who's been there forever. And I mean, if they're going to start really heating up the offense like they should do now that they have full offensive weapons back, Patrick Mahomes should get at least 200 because he can hit Rice, he can hit Worthy, he can hit Kelsey. And if they get tired of the rush or something's not doing crazy, they can do, which apparently has been a lot more favorited this season, is they're using their running backs as receivers.
Yeah, Pacheco a lot.
Exactly. So I mean, they essentially have 4 or 5 targets every play that he can throw a ball to, and that's not including what is it, Noah Gray.
No, yeah, he gets like receptions every now and again. So he's pretty good. Like he's not a
So
bad guy to put your money on.
I'm hoping from the accumulation of all of the targets that Patrick Mahomes has the availability to hit, he should get 200. I feel like that's a
Should.
little low, but it's the Kansas City Chiefs. Either they're going to play like Kansas City Chiefs or they're going to, mirror the Saints. But enough of my
They
rant
should. They should. They should.
on the Chiefs because I mean, we're slightly taking them off the ban list. I mean, we're not taking the whole team. We're just taking Patrick Mahomes, their best asset as of right now. So it's kind of like when you get grounded and your parents are like, you can go out this weekend, but you got to be home early. So we're gonna let Patrick Mahomes out the doghouse for this weekend and see how he performs. All right, 4 o'clock
Honestly, he had a
bets.
great
Oh, go ahead. You're good.
4 o'clock. No, he had a great game against the Lions last week.
He
Really, really
did.
impressed.
He did.
Really, really impressed about that. Now 4 o'clock bets. My fault.
Oh, you're good. Hey, let it out, man. We're here for the conversation. I'm sure there are some people that like our banter, and then there's some people that just like the bets. So we can cater to both. I mean, we're 22 minutes in. We're good. We're still
Yep.
well under our time frame, and we only have 2 slides left. We're good.
Yep. All right. Well, for the 4 p.m. bets, I've got Justin Herbert to go over 200 pass yards. I've got Josh Jacobs to grab an anytime touchdown. I've got Dak Prescott to go over 225 pass yards. I've got Tyler Warren to go over 3+ receptions. I've got Josh Jacobs to go over 50 rush yards. Pretty safe. 4 o'clock bet. Everything should hit. RJ, what you got for 4 o'clock bet?
What I am gonna roll, I'm gonna piggyback with you. I've got the Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. We were talking earlier. I'm pretty sure this dude has gotten a touchdown in every single game
Okay.
this season except the Browns. You can correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
No, it's true. Very true.
And I've got this might be like a weird take, but I do like Jaden Daniels as a quarterback, and I don't know why. I just like the way he plays. But now that he's back and he did okay last week, I mean he wasn't fantastic, but he started playing like himself. I'm going to take him for 200 this week to go over 200 pass yards this week, and then as you said earlier, one of the guys I'm really high on right now, quote unquote, I'm taking the menace to society himself, Scattaboo, to get over 60 total yards. The man that is immune to CTE, the guy that headbutts defending players like it's nothing just to get 2 yards. Well, I'm taking
I'm not high on it.
it.
I'm okay. He's not bad, but I'm not as high on him as some people are.
I will say
Some
I
people think
do
he's
like
gonna
him.
come
I,
in.
I think it's just because I like watching him play. You know what I mean? He's entertaining to
Yeah,
watch.
and I think he's very entertaining to watch too. I don't think he's a bad like as a freaking player, he's great to watch.
It, it
But
it's
he's
literally
also
how tall is this dude? Isn't he like 5'5", 5'6"?
he's not that tall. He's not 5'5" or 5'6", but I think he's like 5'11", 6 foot.
Really?
He's
He's that
he's short
tall?
for he's short for a running back. You got to remember, everybody in the NFL is huge.
That's very true. So on the field, he looks like he's like 5'5", but in reality, he's almost 6 foot.
Hmm.
I'll say, I
Yeah.
mean, could you imagine you've got like a albino 6 foot, 300-pound gorilla charging at you just head first, trying to get a first down? And then as soon as he does, if he
Yeah.
gets a touchdown, he just comes out of nowhere, does a backflip.
Tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tough.
Like, I mean, it's they know how to entertain people, and I think that's part of the reason why they're so popular. Is just because they're both young players, and I mean, it's like Scatterboo just runs into brick walls for fun, for conditioning training, so he can run into people after he runs into brick walls.
Everybody's saying that, but like we've seen this before. Eddie George was a freaking dog. Like Derrick Henry, bro, he'll put a freaking arm in your head. He is the stiff arm king.
I will say that's where they differ, and I think that's why Derrick Henry is great and why Cam Scatterboo needs some experience in the league and needs to learn how to do things because his whole thing is just try to power over everybody, headbutt and raw power. Derrick Henry will at least try to juke, spin move, and stiff arm, and he'll do like last week and have 100, 150, and like week one, 170 yards in a game. Whereas Scatterboo, it's literally just reliant on his legs and how tough his forehead is.
Nah, this dude will be like, "Oh, look, there's an open gap on the D gap. Let's." Nah, but I don't care about that. Let's go run it up the middle, bro. What the heck?
That's his mentality,
Like
man.
I was watching the Thursday night game the other day against the Eagles, and dude, this man, I, he, I literally watched him. They were, I literally watched him, like watch the offensive line open at the gap, at the C gap, and bro was like, "Nah, screw that. I'm going straight up the A." Bro, why? Like Jalen Carter's standing right there waiting for you. You gained 1 yard. But hey, you know what?
He said he
I'm
had to
not a fan,
try.
so.
He said he didn't run into brick walls and eat nails for breakfast to take the easy gap. Oh man. All
Fun
right.
stuff.
All right. Sunday night football, prime time. What are we looking at for prime time?
I'm going very big on running backs in this game. I've got Bijan Robinson to go over 80 total yards after that massive game he had to get against the Bills last week. Then I've got CMC to go over 60 total yards. Then I've got both of them running backs to go grab a touchdown. Then I've got Drake London to get 3+ receptions. RJ, what you got for Sunday night football?
All right. So I am vibing with you similarly on your thought process, but where we're slightly different is the my approach. So I'm going to take Falcons on the spread, but I'm going to give them a little bit of juice. And if you've been watching this, I always give juice to the underdogs on the spread. It makes me feel more comfortable. You don't give up a whole lot of odds for it, and you're getting extra points. I mean, it's it's easy math. So I'm taking them at 6.5 on the spread. So plus spread for the Falcons because I mean they just came out and smoked the Bills. Well, I wouldn't say smoked, but they beat the Bills pretty good. I didn't expect them to, but hey, they did. They did that. Can't take it away from them. I've got London for 4 receptions. I think he should get at least one more. I know you're playing it a little bit safer, but I'm gonna take him for 4. And then I've got CMC for 60 total yards. We are identical on that. And what I'm going to do is this week, just like for last week, I'm going to take Robinson on his receiving yards because they're pretty much treating him almost like a receiver. Granted, he doesn't get the long distance, you know, pass plays like the receivers do, but they're hitting him a lot. So I'm taking him
Yeah.
for 20 receiving yards. He just needs 4 5-yard passes and then just let him run.
And if I'm being honest, I would probably take him at 100, but I'm just trying to be safe. I want my money. So you could take him at 100 and not worry that much about it and just be like, oh, okay, cool, he hit it because he's that good. But I'm just taking it safe, bringing it down. If something weird happens and if they're shutting down the run or being really, really conservative, 80 yards is pretty safe for Bijan Robinson at
Yeah,
least because that man gets the ball every other play.
yeah. I was about to say for Bijan, that is conservative. As crazy as that sounds, because like you said, I mean, everybody watched and is talking about the performance that Bijan had last week. Well, I'm not hoping, but if I was going up against him this week, I would be trying to figure out a way to shut him down or limit his targets or limit his runs. So that's why I'm trying to go on the approach of like a sneaky, a 10-yard pass here or a 5-yard pass there, or, a way to get around one, how overinflated his line might be based on odds for the sports book, and two, combating the matchup. Because everybody knows Bijan is going to be putting in work. Their job is to stop Bijan. Now, will he let them? That we're going to find out Sunday night. But who's going to do their job better? Is Bijan going to take care of the ball and just be a monster? Probably, but the other team has to figure out a way to limit him. So I'm going to try and sneak in a way to still make some money off of something that, in theory, should be easy to hit. 20 receiving yards for Bijan is should be realistic.
It should.
Just like your 80. I mean, even if he has a bad game, 80 yards is should be a minimum for him.
And he's a big part of the receiving game, especially like the first couple weeks of he was a very, very big part of the receiving game just because of the fact that Michael Penix, I think he's still getting kind of used to this NFL thing. So he was a massive part about of that, just that receiving game and what who got the ball and what happened. So that 20 yards should be pretty much a guaranteed hit.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping we all hit. Whether you take my bets, Jesse's bets, whoever side you're on, or if you have the money to take all of our bets, then more power to you. We're doing this as a team. We're each have our own money. We place our own bets, and we come together and put them out for you guys. So you guys don't really have to do the research we do, or sit down and look at lines, or the matchups, any of that. You guys just come on here, listen to us talk, and have a little bit of fun, and put out stuff that if you see something and you like it, take it. If you don't like it, don't take it. This is here at your discretion.
Or just, like we're also looking at what running backs do, how good at against a certain defense, or if there's a certain defense that shuts down the run more than this other defense, and how good this other, this running back is typically good against this style of defense. It's only good in a mainly a 3-4 or 4-3. It's just we get into that. What what does this defense do to running backs that these other defenses don't? That's what we get into whenever we look into these stats and what we place money on. Don't just think that we're just saying, "Oh, okay, this is what we're doing." We're just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, believe it or not, me and Jesse do sit down and we crunch numbers. We have full on discussions almost all week long about matchups, who's doing good, who's doing bad, what we think is going to happen. I use AI tools. He's got stuff that he watches throughout the week and his knowledge of football that we come together and figure out some stuff. And as you guys can see, between me crunching numbers and using AI models and the probability and statistics of certain statistics and lines hitting and his football knowledge, a lot of times we do end up having similar bets based off of both of our sides of the ball. If I use that as a turn of phrase, but we're still pretty close, regardless of our approach. So if we
Oh
both
yeah,
have something similar, take it. If you don't like it, don't take it.
just like Thursday night.
Exactly. Oh my,
Thursday night.
we were almost tit for tat.
Oh yeah, and even some of this too. Like we both had CMC for 60 plus 60 total yards. We both had Drake London to grab this many balls, stuff like that. We both had Drake May, and so what we come up with usually is pretty much on the money.
Yeah, it's usually extremely close. And I mean, we might have a couple of different variables, like based on stats or matchups or whatever, like how you have London for 3 receptions and I've got him for 4. I mean, literally the only difference is one more catch and a little bit more juice on the odds for that extra catch. But yours is more of a conservative play. It's a little bit safer play. Mine is more like, so for the reason I have this pick, Drake London is projected to get 4.5 based on his average, with what's going on in the matchup and all that good stuff. At 4.5 receptions, which I think is around about where his line is. I haven't checked his line yet, but 4.5 receptions, he has I think it's like a 68% hit rate as of right now from the numbers that I can see. So, we're literally one catch between the two of us. So, like, if you were to take Jesse's at 3, the hit rate for 3, off the top of my head, I think should be 82%. So I'm giving up a
Oh yeah,
little bit of percentage, but gaining some on the odds to boost the total bet.
and right now I'm not really caring how much the total bet is paying out as long as it doubles my money because it just doubles my money. Like, why would I not want to double my money? I go in with 5, come out with 10. Or if I go in with 6, I come out with 12. It just simple stuff like that. You know, don't want to spend too much money with because I've lost more than I've put in. So I'm trying to get what I've put in back. So doubling your money is just very simple. Down to the root. It's 3 receptions is pretty safe.
Absolutely. Do you have any final thoughts before we send them off for Sunday football?
Nothing from me, man. Nothing from me. Just have a chill weekend, guys.
All right, and before we get out of here, like Jesse said, we're making these bets for everybody. We're some bets are double your money. You put in 5, you get 10. You put in 10, you get 20. We're here to try and make you guys money consistently throughout the season. And we're going to roll into NBA, we're going to roll into MLB. We're going to hit all the major sports. We're going to be here for a while, so hopefully you guys ride along with us. We're probably going to do better at some sports than we are other sports. NBA, Jesse's probably going to shine like a diamond. And then during MLB season, I will probably shine. But come basketball season, my record will probably be trash. I'm going to learn and I'm going to do the best that I can during basketball season to pick up tips and tricks from Jesse. And then come MLB season, I can teach Jesse things. So it's a learning process for everybody. And, we're here to make money. We're here to make betting on sports easier for everybody. You guys can come here twice a week and maybe, in the future, more times a week to listen to us talk, thoughts, opinions, get some easy bets that may double and up to triple your money. You know, that's the whole goal. But with that being said, guys, go over to the TikTok, J&J Sports and Fantasy. You get to see our faces. We usually post Monday night football, Thursday night football, and then either Friday night or Saturday morning, we have our full Sunday slate posted on TikTok. And then either Friday night or Sunday night, or not Sunday night, Friday night or Saturday morning, we usually have these videos for all of Sunday's bets posted for you guys. While you're here, hit like, hit the subscribe button. We're currently at 55 subscribers Our next goal is 100 subscribers. If you guys can help us get there, as soon as we hit 100, we're going to do another big, massive 23 to 25 leg community bet parlay that if it hits, we are going to do our best to get in touch with all of our current subscribers and dish out some of the profits to everybody that's been here with us, supporting us, because at the end of the day, all this stuff is for you guys. We want to make money. We want to make you guys money. If we can do it together, great. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Happy betting. See you guys next week. Peace out.